How are you, my dear friends? Capricorn? All right, let's get right into it. The date is on the top left. Well, once this week your camera, that is. There you go. So let's see what we got for you guys for this week, Capricorn. It's been an interesting few weeks for you guys. Let's see if it continues. Yeah. You see, when we shuffle the cards, we already get hints from the cards. Money, money, money. You really don't need much. You got everything you want. You know exactly what you want. Cards start communicating even when while we shuffling them. Okay, so we're going to do the main reading. This is a general reading, okay, you guys? So don't make any drastic conclusions or decisions. Don't try to make it fit, okay? If it doesn't fit, it means there are no changes for you guys this week. So let's see what we got. So we're going to do the main reading, past, present, and future. And then we're going to get some messages from your special person or special, specific, whatever you want to call it. And also the universe and also your guardian angel. Okay. So as far as overall energy is concerned, as I just told you a moment ago, you are so good. Oh my God, look at this. So this is pure wisdom, pure knowing what you want, ready to go at a moment's notice. See, this emperor, yes, is nice and calm, nice and relaxed. It appears he's wearing a nice red robe, is comfortable, right? But look what he's wearing underneath the robe. He's wearing armor. In other words, he is ready to go to war. So if there were a need be, meaning something were to happen or is needed somewhere, all he has to do is remove the red robe and he's up and running and ready to go. In other words, it doesn't have to change. He's ready to go, which means he's ready for anything, okay? He's ready for anything. But this is also the card of wisdom, the card of stability. I mean, the emperor is where the kings and the queens go for consultations, for ask for guidance, right? So it's a very good card to start the reading with, and then followed by money. You're making money. You're good with money. You know what you're doing with money, Capricorn. So we're starting pretty good here, you guys. All right. Now, while this is the overall energy, the unseen energy, this is instead what you deal with right now on the material plane. This is ethereal overall, and this is material. So let's see what you're dealing with right now. You're doing good. You're doing good, my dear friends. All right. So there is an offer of some kind, most likely love offer, but it doesn't have to be, okay? It could be anything. Now, this offer is going to surprise you. It's going to surprise you because you did not expect it from this person. Number one, there is a marked difference in age. So, but second is you did not expect it. I mean, perhaps you already know this person. Perhaps you guys are working together. Perhaps you're neighbors. Perhaps, who knows, you're friends. And all of a sudden, they surprise you with, I have a crush on you. I don't know how to tell you, but really? Oh my God. Like, you're going to be surprised, really surprised. So that's really good. And on the other hand, this is also the type of card which perhaps, they will ask you out, or they will declare their intentions, but they're not going to give you the whole story right away. What does that mean? Well, they're going to leave you hanging a little bit. They're not going to tell you everything about them. So sometimes when this card comes out, it's followed by a truckload of money, or maybe they have a really, really good business or trade or job, whatever it happens to be. In other words, take, for instance, suppose I why would I want to tell someone, I am rich when I just met this person? Let's see how it goes. Then if it goes well, maybe I'll tell you about my financial situation, right? So it's one of these things that they don't disclose everything right now. So this is you, Capricorn, nothing to worry about. That's you right there. And you major, major, major upgrade. Okay. So this is you. So don't worry about being the devil. That's your, I can't believe you guys, when decided to incarnate onto planet Earth into this dimension, pick the devil as your zodiac logo, symbols. Like, wow, it takes some guts, put it this way. From all the kings you have to choose from, the eagle, I mean, I got the lion, and but you guys, well, Scorpio probably beats you because they picked the death card. But anyways, you know what I mean? Like, you could have chosen something else. I don't know. But all the power to you. You're a very powerful sign, that's for sure. You really know what you want. Okay, so that's you. And now I can see here you went through major spiritual elevating or inspiration. You uh, you went up not one notch, but several, 5, 6, 7 notches. Um, you realize, I remember it was around Christmas, when you, depending on the opinion and the opinion of others, you were like concerned with, I wonder if they like me, I like the girl, I like the boy, but maybe they don't like me. In other words, you were really up and down when it came to confidence. Confidence, I guess, is the right word. But you know what? You came a long way, baby. You are not only, you realize that it really doesn't matter whether people like you or not, or what they think about you. And in most cases, it is you. Whatever you think, they think, that's what they're going to think, you know. So it really had to do with you guys. But I can see you also elevated yourself spiritually. Spiritually meaning you're looking at life not so much from the earth standpoint, but from up above, and realize that there is much more meaning to life than just, getting married, eating, sleeping, working, and saving money, So that's one. Also, I can see that you just don't want to argue anymore. See, people around you, they want to argue, but you're the one in the blue there, and you're trying to stop the lynching. Like they all want to like kill each other there. See, look at this guy. Oh my God, look at the guy in red. The guy in red, they really, like, he's going to break the other guy's head. Oh my God. But see, the blue one is the one who represents you. And your pole is horizontal, whilst the other ones are vertical, meaning you're trying to stop the fights, instead of then fighting with them. So in other words, you're calming people down. You're telling them, hey, let's settle down. When you speak, they listen, and you're like at the center of the attention right now, as you can see. So let me take a look at what else. So that's your past, okay? That's your immediate past. This is your present, and this is going to be your future. Let me see. So you had an awakening, my dear Capricorn, an awakening. You woke up. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. So you had an awakening. You had an awakening because, as I told you, around Christmas, you were talking about a serious relationship, and all of a sudden they just walked away or something like that. It was a big disappointment. And you were kind of stuck for 2 or 3 months. January, February, I remember you were like in bad shape. Then they tried to come back, and you said no thanks because you learned the lesson. So your higher self, guardian angel, intervened. This is the past, okay? Intervened and woke you up. And it says, you know what? You need to elevate yourself spiritually. You need to take care of yourself. So you got down to it, and you start producing your own money. In other words, not depending on other people anymore. And you also studied, perhaps you learned the law of attraction. Some of you maybe took my seminar. And you were very tired back then, very, very tired to the point where you had a hard time sleeping. Some of you had to take sleeping pills, etc., etc. So, but that's the past. Okay, now let's see what we have coming up for you guys. So, what are we gonna do about this love offer here? Oh my God, it's your person. It's your person. So, what are we gonna do about it? Gonna make a decision. And the heartbreak, I see. So you're afraid of repeating the same thing again. You're afraid to be hurt again. And you're kind of wiggling. What am I supposed to do? I mean, you can feel the sincerity. You can feel this person is your person, but you're just scared. You're scared to be hurt again. So you rather say, you probably look, this is the same card. And look at this. Yeah, I see a lot of wealth here, but what do you also see? Beside the money, what do you see? There's nobody with them, right? So it's almost like I'm so good on my own. Look, leave me alone, you guys. So you raise yourself and you kind of say, leave me alone. But leave you alone, it means you're going to be alone. And you say, yeah, but this is going to cost me money. And Capricorn is, you're not cheap, but you don't like wasting money. Let's be honest. Which I don't blame you. So what are you going to do here? What are you going to do? On the one hand, yeah, see, you're still thinking of the past. On the one hand, you like this person, and you can sense that this person is your person, your Adam or your Eve. But on the other hand, you're considering, number one, is going to cost me money. Number two is, what if? Okay, well, let's see. So you're standing in your wisdom, trying to decide what to do. Okay, well, let me see what the cards recommend you do. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But I have a feeling that this is good. I have a feeling it's going to be good. Seth, tell me when the cards are ready, please. Seth is my spirit guide. You're new to the channel. Seth. Okay. 2 cards. 1, 2. So what's the best thing to do? Okay, so money. You're receiving money. Oof, look at this. All right. I like that. I like that. Okay. I really like that. Let me tell you why I like it. Number one, yes, you know how to make money. You know how to invest money and everything. But once again, this fellow is by himself. Okay. Now, if you want to spend some time on your own, there's nothing wrong with that. I am by myself right now. I'm doing great. There's pros and cons. I just finished a relationship about 10 months ago. We just signed the divorce papers, and I've been alone for 10 months. I got friends, but it's okay. I mean, there is pros and cons. Yeah, of course, you miss being with someone. You miss eating together. You miss this, you miss that. But on the other hand, I can do whatever I want. All the money I make is my money. I eat whatever I want. I go to sleep whenever I want. There's pros and cons. And to be honest with you, health-wise, I feel much better right now than I felt. Because, there's a lot of, there's a lot of good, but there's also a lot of demands, a lot of, let's do this, let's do that. I want this, I want that. Sometimes there's arguments. But of course, it's beautiful, right? Being in a loving relationship is beautiful. I got friends. I'm not. Whenever I want to be with someone, go out, whatever, for coffee, for lunch, whatever. I got friends. No problem. But so you're kind of weighing the options, and this is really, really marked. Is really visible, that you're not concerned about the money, but you say, yeah, but is it worth it? So you're looking at your money, you're looking at what's going to cost you, and you say, you know what? But this is the thing. This is the card I really like. You're ready to start a brand new cycle of your life. Now, I think you're going to opt to give them a chance because they are really sincere, okay? So, Seth, can you please tell me? I'm going to use these ones. Okay. Can you please tell me if this brand new beginning, fortunate, lucky, is alone or with them or with someone? Can you please tell me, Seth? Please, please, please. Are they going to choose our friends Capricorn to be alone, or are they going to choose another goal? Okay, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Seth, are you playing games with me? This card is an offer of love, but it's also the cup of self-love. So why are you so ambiguous? Is that the right word? I think you're going to stay alone for now. Okay, so what Seth is saying, yeah, because you're afraid of making another mistake right now. You know what? What Seth is saying is there is nothing wrong with being with someone in a relationship. And this is a good relationship, he's saying, but you first must learn to be self-sufficient, self-loving. Don't go rush into another relationship because you might get hurt again for now. And this is because you might be looking for love from others, from support, from approval from others. Instead, this cup, yeah, I was right the first time. This cup is about self-love. Learning to love yourself first. Simple as that. So there is your answer. So perhaps tell them, you know what? I really like you. Let's get to know each other. Let's get to know each other for now. That's the right thing to say. Let's not rush into anything because they're serious, okay? Let's not rush into anything. All right? So, as far as signs, we have yourself, Taurus, Leo, Pisces, Gemini, Cancer. Okay? Now, let's see what the angelic message is. Let's see. Maybe they're going to say something about this. Wow, I was surprised about that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Engagement. And then a wedding. Holy mackerel. Engagement followed by a wedding. Okay, so I guess what that means, so this is the angelic message. So Seth says, learn to love yourself. Well, if you learn to love yourself really quick, within a week, then you can get engaged and then you can get married. It's up to you. By when? 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 Really? Yeah, it's your person. Look, same card. Yeah, you know what? They're coming in really hot. You're not going to be able to resist. I think they're also, oh my God, come on. Come on. They're your soulmate. They're not just your Adam or Eve. I think that, okay, so I was going to say they're also hot looking. They're going to come in really fast. Look, confirmation. They're going to come in like on a white horse, meaning really sincere and fast. You're not going to be able to resist them because they are your soulmate. Okay, I rest my case. So I guess you're going to learn to love yourself really quick. Don't take too long. Okay. All right. Good. I am glad. Now let's see what messages from the universe and a special person or a specific person. Think of them. Okay. Let's see what they would like to say. Okay. 1 and 2. So we have one of each. We have an oracle and a message. So the message from someone is, I replay our conversations over and over. So you guys have already talked, and perhaps you say, I want to wait, as the card suggested, but they can, well, they're your soulmate. They can't get over you. Let's be honest. Okay? See? Your soulmate. Wow. Engagement and wedding. And now this is fated meeting. There you go. So you're going to meet fated. You know what fated means, right? Meant to be. Meant to be. Beautiful. All right. So that's the reading. Now, let's do now the compatibility run. Okay? Let's see how compatible you are right now with different signs. So you're a Capricorn. So we're going to start from Aries, going to go all around. Capricorn with Aries right now. They like spending and you like saving, so not very compatible. You make 4, they spend 5. You make 3, they spend 4. Not very good. With Taurus, it's a balanced relationship. It can work. You both like wealth and you both like nice things and you don't like waste. That's a balanced relationship. Gemini, with Gemini, you are going to cry. Don't worry about it. With Cancer, it's a wish come true. Oh my God. With Leo, it's a spiritual experience. With Virgo, is love. Very, very good relationship. With Libra, you can make up your mind or they cannot make up their mind. With Scorpio, God help us. With Scorpio, it's actually pretty good. It's an offer of love, okay, with Scorpio. So this can work, yes, which is surprising. With Sagittarius, decision. They cannot make a decision. Capricorn, 2 Capricorn together, too risky. With an Aquarius, you don't trust them, and they don't trust you, perhaps. And finally, with Pisces, it starts very slow, but once you give it a chance, it can be magical. Okay? Perfect. That's your reading. Thank you, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you liked it. Let me know. I am reading all your messages already because, as you can tell, the channel is in phase. July is kind of transition. I want to see what works, what doesn't work. So please help me with that. Tell me what you like, Are the videos too long, too short, too dark, too bright? Is there anything you don't like or anything you would like me to add? What else would you like me to do? And subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, where is it? Right here. Subscribe to the channel so we can grow always more and more, and I can offer more and more. Don't forget, starting this Sunday, 1 hour free Q&A. You're going to be able to ask questions live. Of course, I'm not able to answer everyone, but usually 50 to 75 people get an answer, okay? But it's required, you have to be a subscriber, okay? So don't forget the red button here. Thank you, you guys. And if you need anything personal, a reading, any session, any conversation, I'm a spiritual advisor. I don't do just tarots. Or if you want to take a seminar, life-changing seminar, bottom left, go there and see what you need, okay? Thank you so much.